I am, man, I'm nervous actually. Today's guest is my favorite comedian, my favorite living comedian. And so I'm excited that he's here. He has a new special on Netflix called Paper Tiger. And he has a podcast called the Monday Morning Podcast. And it also comes out sometimes on Thursdays. He's one of a kind. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bill Burr.
Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my story. Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my story.
Yeah, you'll see. You get too fucked. You gotta like once you know. It's like no, and then all of a sudden no's become yes out here, and then you just feel like, the first time you get yeses, you go okay to everything, and then all of a sudden you just don't have any fucking time, and then you got to like dial it back and then try to find like quality.
But yeah, I just took some dates off of the books. I got a bunch of stress, man. I was starting to lose my mind, I thought.
Oh yeah, no, it affects everybody differently. So I just this is a good thing too, is just lie and just say you're not available that week. Yeah. I'm not in town.
Oh, I already had them sold and I had to take them down.
Oh, I wouldn't put that on the podcast.
Yeah, they know. They all know, yeah.
I still wouldn't do that.
Oh.
Because you don't need bookers looking at that. This guy's he's a fucking wild card.
Yeah, it was, man, it was a bummer. Some of it was a bummer, but some of it we just moved the dates. And I'll just feel better when I get there. But I was just like experiencing like a ton of stress, man, burnt out. I've been on the same tour for this hour for almost over a year now.
Dude, bands tour for like 4 years and then fucking go right back in the studio, make another one, and keep going. You got to toughen up, man.
Yeah, you're right, huh?
What do I
do?
Camouflage hat, looking like a fucking backwoods guy, all tough and shit. You can't handle doing your hour again. I mean, come on, man, suck it up.
Fuck, man, I think I need some blood transfusions or something. I really do, bro. I don't know what happened.
No, but it's not bad there's the other side too, where you're getting run down and you don't listen to it, and then you get sick. So there's always that. Or work yourself to death, which I've seen a few people do in this business. Literally died.
Yeah.
So there's definitely, you're in touch with your feelings. That's good.
Yeah, man, I got too many of them. I think if you beat me open, just a lot of feelings sometimes would come out. Too many. I think somehow I got caught up in some of that feeling generation,
Oh.
Just too many feelings.
What year were you born?
80.
80?
1980.
1980. So, you're the first millennial. The first year of millennials was like 1980 or something like that.
I could see that.
Yeah. I thought they were all like, you had to be born like 2000 or later, but it meant like you were buying shit, I think. That's all they care about. When do you finally have money that you can buy shit? And it's usually around 18, I think. So you would have been 98. Maybe it's 82. I don't fucking know.
I think it's late. Yeah, 80 I think was still a little bit of like, there was still more like some, heavy car doors. I remember a lot of that, the car doors that would squeak and real heavy. You had to get your brother to help you close it. I remember more station wagons, big violent fucking station wagons.
Wagons are awesome. I love a station wagon.
I remember the motor opening the car and just seeing two pieces under there. That thing with the where you put the air filter in, and mom would open that and go like this and then close it back up.
Yeah, air filter.
Yeah.
The air filter housing, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah,
underneath it is your carburetor.
Mom would open that up and close it and then just fucking curse my dad. That was it every time.
Oh, I think she was probably fucking with the carburetor.
Yeah, I think she was trying to. My mom got an old cop car for a while, and that was pretty cool. And we would drive around at night and pretend to be cops and shit. It would be like a fun thing we would do when we were kids. And it had one of those lights on the side. It had like the little hand light out of the window.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So you're supposed to take some of that shit. I know you're not...
Diplomat, Dodge Diplomat.
You got to take the badges off of some of the shit. I know you can't have like police on the side. And then I also don't think you can have the blue lights. Mm-mm. And in my state, I think you couldn't have those big searchlights either, because they were afraid you were going to turn them on and blind other people as they were driving down the street.
Yeah.
Just knew that people would just be assholes.
Yeah.
If they did. I had a buddy of mine bought an old Massachusetts State Trooper bike, and it still had the blue lights on it. It was funny. He just thought it was the lenses, so he changed out the lenses, and he didn't realize that the bulbs were also blue, so he had to take it apart. I think he actually left them on.
For a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I never had a motorcycle, man. What did we have? We had some four-wheelers. We had things that we just kind of people put together. We had a guy, when I lived in Tucson, they had a guy had a school bus. He cut the top off of it and would drive it around. A full, like, convertible.
Was it the full-size one?
Oh, yeah.
Now, did it have an option, especially in Arizona, where you could maybe, you ever see the Jeeps? They have like those tarp things you can put on the top so the doors are off and all that, so you get the wind in your face, but you don't roast. I would think you'd want that in Arizona.
Sometimes he would put like a tarp over it at night and stuff, I think during like maybe, I guess the spring or something. But I think otherwise it was just one option, open, So just cruise.
At any point, can I promote that I have a special out here?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know where we're going with this.
Bro, it's all right, bro.
I have a special out on that's streaming now on Netflix
called Paper Tiger.
Paper Tiger, that's right.
Dude, it was
That's
beautiful. Was it awesome to shoot at the what's the name of the place? I just forgot it.
Royal Albert Hall. Yeah.
Royal Albert Hall.
No, it was amazing.
God.
Yeah, because if even if I didn't know, some of the people that had played there, the second you walked in there, you would know that some heavy hitters had been there. So it was pretty intimidating the first time. I did one show a year, like about 9 months before I did that one. That was like, yeah, let's shoot one here. And then the first show that I did there, I was really in my head a lot, where I was just like.
So you went to kind of not run the hour, but you went to just get a feel for the venue first, kind of?
I just wanted to do it.
Oh, you were just doing it.
And then when I did it, then the idea came about maybe do a special here. And then I talked to Mike Binder about it.
Yeah, I know Binder, yeah.
Yeah, and he, we smoked cigars. So he's just like, he kind of did it, I think, because he wanted to smoke a cigar with me in London, which is as funny as that is. And that's how we ended up going over there. But I've since watched all these videos that I'm kind of glad I didn't know all these extra. I just knew Zeppelin was there. That was my big thing. Then people like the Beatles played there. I even saw, I think, George Michael. They were doing a thing for.
Oh, wow. AIDS or something?
No, for Linda McCartney.
Yeah. She lost her arm, right?
No, she died.
Yeah.
Sorry. She died.
Damn.
Yeah, she died.
She lost it all.
She lost it all, yeah. So they were doing a thing, and he came out and sang like a Beatles song and then sang one of his songs and just like fucking crushed it. And I was just like, wow. I'm glad I didn't watch that before, because that guy's voice.
That might have made you nervous, yeah. It looked amazing.
Yeah, because then it makes you feel like, all right, okay, he's doing that and Zeppelin's doing that, and then I'm going to come in here with a bunch of dick and shit jokes.
Yeah.
And I took a tour of the place like years and years and years ago, and I saw like the London Philharmonic was there.
Oh, yeah.
So playing all classical music. So yeah, I definitely felt crass being there the first time. But then the second time, the pressure of the special, I got to have a good set. You can kind of fuck all that history. Let me just go out and make sure I have a good time here. So fortunately, it worked out. And I think Binder, the way he shot it, put it over the top.
Yeah. Yeah, some of the shots from the rear and stuff where you can just see, it looks like you're performing to like almost just an infinite amount of people at some point.
Yeah. It's not as big as you would think, but it's big, but it's like really intimate. It's like the sound is perfect. It's yeah, man, it's something else. I'll say that. Definitely
Susan
something
Boyle
I won't forget.
has been there. Remember her? Who else? I bet they've had. It seemed like has that place been around for a couple hundred years?
Since the mid 1800s.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, some guy. It was
Probably Napoleon.
Prince Albert. No, Prince Albert. Dude, I love how you just fucking reaching for shit here. It's a couple thousand years. It's been around. Napoleon. That's an old guy.
Well,
Prince Albert, I believe. Prince Albert.
Winston Churchill.
I'm sure he did something there. He probably smoked a stick there and talked shit about the Germans. Yeah, no, a lot of people played there. So
it looked historic. That's what it looked like.
Yes. So I had to make sure when we shot it that we just didn't do the wham bam way that they shoot so many specials, which I have avoided my whole career because I've always tried to work with people that really, wanted to make something great.
Right.
Not just, do the typical shots. I worked with Jake Harrison, my previous three.
You told me about him. He's great.
Yeah, and he's like a Pryor fan, and that shot that he does, that single shot that you see that he does in the my previous three specials from the crowd is a nod to Richard Pryor live on the Sunset Strip. It's literally a shot just for directors, and if any sort of like Pryor fanatics would catch it. Yeah, so I've always done that because I haven't liked how specials were shot for a long time, almost my whole career. Like they would just, and
a lot of them look bad. They look similar. They look bad. They look. There's nothing that captures who the comic is at all. A lot of times, the audio on the audience is so bad. It's like, why even have it?
Oh, the worst is when they put a whole bunch of them, when they would be doing a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, in a group.
And they just would crank out 10 of them, and then they would be taking crowd shots from somebody else's set. It was just so gross. The whole thing was gross and just not, it was just all for money. The whole thing was just, oh, these are cheap to do.
Yeah.
Get the comedian out there. He's already written you don't have to pay any writers. He's already written it. He's the performer. Yeah. Bam, 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 and then
they take advantage of you.
Well, I mean, I would, they apply a very efficient model.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah,
that's how they look at it. Like
they're not thinking of it how we think of it.
No,
and I didn't think of it in the first special I did. I didn't know. Now it's like, okay, I know I want directors that I know care about me, that want to make something great, and I want to have more control over it. And I know I can put an audience in myself. I don't have to spend half the budget paying some lady to get, guarantee a seating.
Yeah. I got burned a couple times on that. I got burned a couple times on that. Like they somehow figure out what your budget is.
Yeah.
You could have $8 or $80 million and their budget's going to come in like 2 cents below. We can shoot this special for $7.99. And then they find out you have it, not like you get 8 million, but say you had 8 million, you'd be like, we did what he wants. It's going to be $7.9999 fucking $1 million. And it's just like,
yeah, they put all Egyptians in the crowd. It's weird.
It's gross. The way that it was, stand up is such a weird thing where it's totally respected and completely disrespected. It has this thing where it's just like when you meet people who aren't comedians, so many people say, oh my God, I can't believe you got the balls to do that. I would never do that. But whenever they show a comedian, it's always the worst. Like, hey, this guy knows what I'm talking about. Like a lampshade on their head, and we're just this loud, obnoxious, on-off stage. Just, oh my God, get this guy the fuck away from me is kind of how they do it, which I know because you're also playing for laughs. But I don't know. So I just, I've always tried to work with people that love it and want to try and make something great because, if you get somebody that knows what they're doing, they can actually help the performance. Or it can go the other way. They can take something great and make it not so good. That's why I think acting is so difficult because you're just so at the mercy of so many things.
Right.
Like you're not going to edit it. You can't do the pacing. What kind of music? When are they going to cut out of this? Especially like a comedy and shit. It's just like... It's
real scary, I feel like. That's one of the reasons why I think acting is real scary to me because I really kind of treasure the things that I do comedically. Right. And so I just don't want to leave him at the whims of some other, some guy who's been up for 4 days.
Did you just say you treasure what you do? Like literally your act?
Yeah.
You're worried that some big Hollywood director... You can't take your comedic skills and say what the fuck somebody else wrote. You treasure your act so much. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
The way that I present it, man. The way that I present it, if I give somebody something, if I do something funny, it's like, I'm going to leave it up to some fucktard that I feel like doesn't know how to best...
This dude is going to be such a nightmare when he makes it. I treasure these jokes. How dare you? This what do they call it? This is vulgar. This edit is vulgar.
That is how it'd be too.
Yeah.
But I think I have like a thing. Yeah, it's like I don't I have a tough time working. I just think I have a tough time working with other people sometimes. Which is one of the reasons why I got into comedy anyway. I just think.
Well, I would say get over that.
Yeah.
Get over yourself and get over that because there's a lot of great people in this business and you're gonna miss out. And I don't know.
No,
you know what?
I totally respect that.
Your loved ones will save money on the funeral costs because no one's going to go. So there's not going to be too many fucking snacks they got to put together.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I have such a tough time. I think working with other people, man. Which is one of the reasons why I just do stand up. It's like that's the thing that I focus on mostly, and podcasting because you get to do it yourself.
Yeah, I would. Is that me? Sorry, I would try to get over whatever social thing that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, if you're just by yourself all the time, you're slowly going to go crazy.
Oh, you start to go crazy. Yeah. Well, everybody's got a little bit of, they got a little bit of overgrowth on that root or on that wallet, And so sometimes you got to tidy up the hair in your nether region. And that's why they have something called Manscaped. And I got Manscaped and I'm definitely